This is You Don't Know Jack 2015. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson. And hey, wipe that smile off your face. This is serious. Okay, just kidding. There will be farts and stuff. You two are going head-to-head, huh? Try not to hurt yourselves. You all take care of those screws now. If you think an opponent doesn't know the answer, hit your screw button, and you'll force them to answer immediately. If they miss it, you win big. And our wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
the San Francisco Otter Choir. Free concerts every Wednesday, except for mating season.
Pick the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to win a fabulous prize and big cash. Okay, let's not waste any more time.
Get ready, time for question. One.
Let's begin with Bootyful. Let's analyze one of Kim Kardashian's body parts. About what percentage of Kim Kardashian's brain is just made up of water? 10%? Oh, you're screwed, player one. You got 5 seconds.
Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh.
Nice screw work there, player two.
Oh, God.
Time to twist the knife. Player two. Kim Kardashian's brain, and everybody else's brain for that matter, is made up of about 80% water. But that other 20% is just so round and firm, I can't stop thinking about it.
That's not how you spell do.
Open wide for his acting is alright.
All right.
So, you know how they called Matthew McConaughey's resurgence as an actor his McConaissance? Well, if Matthew McConaughey is currently experiencing a McConaissance, then what period of his life just ended? Player two, you've been screwed. You got 5 seconds.
Yes.
Player one, your screw worked out. You want even more cash?
Look at all the money.
It's McConaughey and ages, god damn it.
Player one.
Thank you.
All wrong. Oh, you're gonna kick yourself.
Why would you listen to me?
The Renaissance first occurred in Italy in the late 14th century, immediately following the Middle Ages. So the McConaissance would follow the McCona Middle Ages. Which is funny because most Renaissance sculptures also need to put on a damn shirt.
Don't you dare spell
Tree.
This one's known as brought to you by the letter Unibrow.
I know what you will say.
I know.
And if you get...
I'm not evil.
And on its way, the man in the backwards yellow hat. And it's a dis or dat. Player one. Yikes. Your score could use a hand. Why don't you play this dis or dat and see if it helps? I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one you tell me if it's an alleged antic by pop star Justin Bieber, or an antic by the classic children's book character Curious George. If it's Justin Bieber, press the X button. If it's Curious George, press the B button. Player 2. Choose your answer before player 1, and if player 1 gets it wrong and you get it right, that cash is yours. Cool, let's do it. Broke his leg falling from a fire escape. Arrested for falsely reporting a fight. Egged a house. Got high on ether. Fed a bugle to an ostrich. Went to a Brazilian brothel. Forget George, I'm curious how someone could do this badly. I think we can all agree that it's time for that little bastard to get deported. And then it's your turn, Beaver. That's
not good for
round
children.
1. Remember, in round 2, every question is worth double. And remember, big cash prizes can be yours if you find the wrong answer of the game. Let's see what's in store.
I'm enjoying this.
This is hard.
No. Hell. I was saying you 6.
That's sick.
Next up, Dumber and Dumberer 2. So there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there was
you're
Dumb
negative
and
two.
Dumberer, and then Dumb and Dumber 2. Makes perfect sense. Now, going back a few decades, there was The Odd Couple and The Odd Couple 2. So, if another remake of The Odd Couple used the superlative adjective, it would be called The Blank Couple. Odd, odder, oddest, or odderest. Player 1. And that's just the dumberest answer I ever heard. Here's what a right answer looks like. Odd is the adjective, odder is the comparative adjective, and oddest is the superlative adjective.
Oh, screw you.
But of course, everyone who made the original Odd Couple movies is dead, which means it's the perfect time for Rob Schneider to swoop in and revitalize the franchise.
Wait.
Player 2? No, but speaking of otter, get it? You've just won the greatest hits of the San Francisco Otter Choir. Hailed as one of the top 3 otter choirs in the world, the San Francisco Otter Choir will astound you with their covers of Little Red Corvette and The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. This wrong answer of the game has earned you a sweet 8,000 clams. Well done.
I hate
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
this.
It's
even.
time for...
I got more points than you.
Let it go. Let it go.
Can't hold it back.
At which temperature would Olaf from the movie Frozen melt
Melt
and
and
die? 30 degrees Kelvin, 30 degrees Fahrenheit,
Is it
30
Fahrenheit?
degrees Celsius, or 30 degrees Rankine? He's a snowman.
It's Fahrenheit.
Players 1 and 2?
My dad's wondering when I'll be coming home.
You may not know how temperatures work. It's so obvious. 30 degrees is below freezing in Fahrenheit and insanely below freezing in Kelvin and Rankine. But it's pretty balmy in Celsius, about the equivalent of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know, blah, 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 he can magically be saved, but I'm talking about what would happen in the real world to a talking snowman.
Follow me down to the sea.
I call this one Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Okay.
Kangaroo, peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
First spotted in 1879. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus. Players 1 and 2?
You actually answer kangaroo.
That answer has a hole in it.
What?
Next time, try this. Albert Einstein was first spotted in 1879, the year he was born. Probably by a midwife or something, over a century after Uranus was discovered and even longer after kangaroos and peanuts. I've heard baby Einstein cried a lot because he left behind some important equations on the uterine wall. Why not try wine or lose?
Okay.
If the Washington Redskins rebranded themselves with a non-offensive red-skinned mascot, what could they be called? The Washington Chardonnays, the Washington Malbecs, the Washington Pinot Blancs, or the Washington Rieslings? Players 1 and 2? This isn't going to go with dinner at all. Want to see the right answer? Chardonnays, Pinot Blancs, and Rieslings are all white-skinned grapes, but the Malbec grape is red. Although to a connoisseur like myself, Malbec is very offensive. Oh yes, I do say that was quite a burn.
Shut up. It's an N.
Oh.
Say hello to I want to lick and roll all night.
That's what I'm gonna do.
If Kiss singer Gene Simmons' tongue grew to the average length of an adult giraffe's, how deep into a woman's mouth could he stick it when he kissed her? About 5 inches deep, about 10 inches deep, about 20 inches deep, or... Player 2? Hey, way to be wrong! Player 1? Get out of here! Seriously, get out of here. Here's what you meant to pick.
Oh.
An adult giraffe's tongue is on average about 18 to 20 inches long. So that's about how deep into a woman's mouth a giraffe-tongued Gene Simmons could stick it. And if Gene Simmons' neck grew to the length of an adult giraffe's, he may not even need women anymore.
You know that's Jack.
Brace yourself. Well, don't mind me then. Here's your clue. Your house is made of what? What materials are their houses made from? Good luck.
What?
Oh! Oh!
Jeez. Adobe. Dusty. What the?
Light
What?
bulbs.
Patrick. Jeez.
Yes, he's not even bread. Love.
Yeah.
Wait, Patrick SpongeBob Rock?
What house?
Oh. I'm just losing points. I don't care anymore.
Are you freaking there?
Hey,
Ocean first.
what? Oh no, there weren't. Oh.
You did it.
Yeah.
I think I won.
Yeah, I think you did.
Player 1 with the win! Well, Player 1, you ended up with more cash than Player 2, but since both of you ended up below 0, you owe me money. I'll accept checks or money orders made out to...
You don't know Jack!
This is fun.
What?
I am Cookie Masterson, and I shaved my nipples for this, so let's hurry before it grows back. Like, we need to get moving now.
They're showing it.
It's funny, if I squint my eyes, it looks like I'm watching a presidential debate. Everyone's got a nice little screw. If you think another player is clueless,
You're
screw
frickin'
them
there.
and make them answer immediately.
now,
If they miss
for now.
it,
Yeah,
you
we're not
win
doing
extra
it yet.
cash. And today's wrong answer of the game is being brought to you by...
Flavored eye drops.
What?
Why let your mouth have all the fun? Flavored eye drops.
How does that work?
If you happen to find our sponsor's
eye
wrong
taste?
answer of the game, you'll be
No.
rewarded with big prizes and
It
cash.
doesn't work that way. This game doesn't work.
Okay, let's light this sucker.
Get ready, time for question.
First up, Eat, Pray, Die. Which of these Julia Roberts characters would Jack the Ripper have been most likely to savagely murder? Erin Brockovich, Vivian Ward, Tess Ocean, or Liz Gilbert? Player 2. This answer is worth Ocean's 0. Player 1. Vivian Ward is the name of the prostitute Julia Roberts plays in Pretty Woman, and almost all of serial killer Jack the Ripper's alleged victims were female prostitutes, so he'd probably have just loved to murder her.
Yeah!
I can see it now. He'd open the box with his knife in it, she'd reach in and he'd playfully shut it, snapping her fingers. She'd laugh, he'd laugh, then he'd kill her.
Because I have.
I'm gonna make it disappear.
Take a good look at
Whoa.
If I Only Had a Brain Trust.
What?
Suppose the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz faced off against the Wicked Witch of the West in a public debate. If he wanted to use a straw man argument against her, what might he do? Attack the Wicked Witch's character rather than the issues? Misrepresent the Wicked Witch's position on the issues? Prove the Wicked Witch wrong using statistical data? Or interrupt the Wicked Witch before she finishes her points? Player 2. Hey, remember when the Scarecrow says the sum of the square roots of any two sides of an isosceles triangle is equal to the square root of the remaining side? Yeah, he was actually wrong. So you guys have that in common. Player 1. A straw man argument purposefully misrepresents an opponent's position in order to strike it down.
I got it right.
Here's how I would debate the Wicked Witch.
not
Ladies
get it?
and gentlemen,
Because the
one of the
Scarecrow's in
two
a position?
candidates you see here tonight is a Wicked Witch. Thank you, I yield the rest of my time.
Dance with me, disco 3.
Up next, getting naughty. And this dis or dat leg's being tied up. Player 2. Your score is the worst, so you're gonna play this bad boy. I'm gonna read off 7 names, and for each one, you tell me if it's the name of a necktie knot or the name of a sex position recommended by Women's Health magazine.
How am I supposed to know
If it's
that?
a necktie knot, press the X button. If it's a sex position, press the B button. Player 1. Select your answer before player 2, because
How am I
if you
supposed to
get it
know
right
this?
and player 2 gets it wrong, you get that cash. We good? Here we go. The Half Windsor. The Valedict. The Prince. The. You wear clip-ons.
I knew
don't you?
that.
Good job.
I got $304.
My usual sex position is also the way I usually tie a tie, alone in front of a mirror.
Weird.
And now, shop till everyone drops. Say at Christmas time, every single item at your local mall sells out. According to a popular grim fairy tale, which of these stores has the best chance to be magically stocked overnight by hardworking elves? Foot Locker, Radio Shack, Victoria's Secret, or Lens Crafters? Player 2? Could be worse, you know, in theory. Allow me. In the grim fairy tale, The Elves and the Cobbler, a poor shoemaker is given some much-needed help by elves who appear in the middle of the night. And while the shoemaker made a nice profit, the elves were trampled to death on Black Friday. Player 1. I think your vision's blurred.
Oh, shut up.
But clear your eyes tastefully with these flavored eye drops. All those in flavor, say aye. This wrong answer of the game just got you an extra 4,000 smackers. Congratulations.
Caressing.
How about
Caressing her
Okia
That's my
Dokia?
foot.
Okay, okay.
If you're driving between company headquarters, which trip should be the shortest? IKEA to Kia, Kia to Nokia, Nokia to IKEA, or IKEA, Nokia, and Kia headquarters are exactly the same distance apart.
What? I don't
Players 1 and 2. Oh, honestly. Nokia is based in Finland, and IKEA is based right next door in Sweden. Kia is based in South Korea. Whether it's phones, furniture, or cars, if it's got Kia in the name, you know it's gonna be cheap. I mean inexpensive. Inexpensive!
Feels stupid.
Round 1 is complete. Keep in mind, in round 2, everything is worth twice as much.
Because I know how great the team
And remember, you got those screws sitting there. I didn't hand them out for my health. May I introduce... Muscle milk was a bad choice. Say the news team from the Anchorman films decides to run a relay race against a rival news team. If Ron Burgundy is his team's anchor, when will he run? Before Brick, Brian, and Champ? After Brick and Brian, but before Champ? Before Brian and Champ, but after Brick? Or after Brick, Brian, and Champ? Players 1 and 2. In a relay race, the anchor, usually the fastest runner, goes last.
Yeah.
And they would probably promote the race so incessantly that by the time it actually took place, you wouldn't be that interested in seeing it anymore.
Question 7. Get up and shake your funky bang.
Take a stab at... Guess who's Dak? Dak again.
Guess who's back?
You know, I'm not an
again.
optimist, but I have to say, I feel like things have been going pretty well with the game so far.
Son, Daddy, forgot about me.
Oh no, my old ventriloquist puppet, Billy O'Brien.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me.
Billy, the whole creative team here decided to not include you in this game because you're too much of a troublemaker.
Troublemaker? Me? No, I just got back from traveling the world, studying all the profound teachings of titular world spiritual leaders. For instance, which titular religious group was founded by someone with the last name of Smith? Protestants, Episcopalians, Trustitarians, or Nornuns?
Player 1. Can't do anything right, can you? Player 2. No. One right answer coming up. The Mormon religion was founded in the 1800s by Joseph Smith.
In America.
So, which was your favorite religion you studied?
Well, I particularly like the ones that treats about reincarnation. Someday, I hope to come back as a beautiful coffee table.
Follow me down to the sea.
God.
Bucker up for Orcas 11.
Ocean's 11.
Say I wanted to go around freeing the killer whales from every SeaWorld location in the world. How many separate rescue missions would I need to go on? 3 rescue missions, 4... Player 2, you're screwed. You got 5 seconds to pick an answer. Check, please. That's how you screw Player 1. Let's see if you can make this really hurt.
It's 3, god damn it.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Player 1. There are 3 SeaWorlds. 1 in San Diego, 1 in San Antonio, and 1 in Orlando. So you would need to go on 3 separate rescue missions. Well, that sounds like a lot of traveling. Maybe I'll just pay that kid from Free Willy to do it. Something tells me he could use the cash.
I said we weren't doing it yet.
Nigga. I knew that.
Coming up, Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Kangaroo, peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Not the same questions.
The name of Jeff Dunham's purple-skinned puppet. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus. Player 1. Player 2. His name is Peanut. I have to admit, people who talk through ventriloquist puppets kind of creep me out.
That you talk through me.
Quiet, Billy. Stop trying to get me to kill people.
Whoa, now you're creeping me out, man.
Here's a good one. The midnight run to the bathroom. According to Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, how would Paul Revere secretly signal to you that he has to pee in the sea? Goodness, player one, you're screwed. You got 5 seconds to give me an answer. According to Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem, Paul Revere's Ride, Paul's signal for the British was one if by land, two if by sea. And as we all know, a number one is a P. And Americans would have known about the British sooner if he hadn't stopped for a number 4. You don't even want to know what that is. Player 2, that was your screw, wasn't it?
Boom! You're screwed! How do you feel about that?
This is where you get screwed.
Welcome to the attack. Of course, who wants to hear my yapping? Oh, I'm still doing it. Sorry, here you go. This plus this equals that. What new thing do these combine to make? Good luck.
Basketball. I could.
Sodium chloride. We just missed it. I thought
Salt.
I know. I thought
Sugar.
Oh, it's like salt.
A beef. Copper.
It is.
Dr. Pepper.
Frozen golf.
Yes. Did you not know that?
No.
Salt.
Yes, it makes salt. Oh.
Stupid question. I think it just passed it. Dang it!
Yeah, it passed Jack. Baseball. Into the door. Mini car song. Salt. Yeah, you want.
Player one's got it!
Ooh.
Player one, you didn't even break a sweat on that one, but don't let that stop you from using deodorant. Because I may not know a lot about hygiene, but...
Oh my god.